Welcome to this week's edition of the Property Talk. And on set with me again is Wilbur from Cradle. Wilbur, it's a pleasure having you on set today again.
Thank you very much.
Now today, me and Wilbur are talking about taxes. If you've met me of recent, I have been complaining about taxes. Anybody who is in real estate, and you've met Christabel of recent, in real estate, that topic, I have been complaining about taxes. Wilbur, I am so frustrated with Ugandan taxes. And to be on exact, the real estate taxes that are coming up. Like, who is putting these taxes in place? Are they doing their research? Are they understanding actually what to tax and what not to tax? First, I would just like a brief on that.
It's the emotions by many Ugandans. I am from Cradle Management, a renowned property management firm. I am not from URA, so I should make that very clear. I'm only here to share my thoughts about the Ugandan real estate taxes. I feel you. We've had engagements with the stakeholders, URA and the municipal councils about the different taxes. Last year in October, I think they had the grand landlords meeting with URA to try and understand where URA is coming from and how landlords can be compliant with the new taxes. I believe it's our duty as the citizens to pay tax, and I believe if we harmonize with our authorities, URA and the municipal councils, we can find the best way of how to tax the real estate sector so that it's not blood sucking for the investors, but also when we are also able to give back to the government to do what they have to.
See, Wilbur, I don't have a problem with paying tax. If anyone knows me, I like paying tax. My problem is the percentages of this tax that is being levied on these properties or in real estate. Now, for example, you have the 30% is commercial rental income, that is 30%. Then the other percentage is 12% on rental income, residential rental income. Then there is that one when you're registered to a company. Honestly, who puts 30% and 12% on rental income? Like how?
Okay. I think today I'll just throw more light on what these taxes are. And then it's the role of the implementing body to explain to us how they come up with it. But anyway, real estate taxes vary. They begin from point of acquiring land. When you buy land, at the point of transferring of that land, you pay stamp duty.
Yes. Which also disturbs me by that. You keep paying a tax from the moment you buy the property, land or property, you're paying a tax. To the mortgage you're getting, you're paying a tax. To the lender you're getting money from, you're paying a tax. Every construction material you're purchasing, you're paying a tax. And then when you have the property up, you're paying a tax. That's heavy.
I really feel the pain. That's the same cry with all of us, the real estate developers, that the taxes are eating us up. I think it's the same cry with even business owners that is not real estate. I think they feel the same way. I feel like tax will never be liked. However, let's try to understand them and see how we can try to work around them. So like I said, at the point of transferring a land title, you pay tax. Then after that, after you put up the rentals and they are functional, there are several other things to pay. For example, number one is property rates. Property rates is different from rental income tax, as you are going to see. Property rates are paid to the municipal council of your area, and property rates are determined by that municipal council. They do a valuation of your property, they look at the amenities, they look at the rent per month that you collect from the property, and then they come up with a rateable value. And then that rateable value is when they give you a percentage to pay, which doesn't exceed 12%. I know that in Kampala, it's usually between 4 or 6 or 12%, but majorly 4 and 6% of the rateable value that the municipal council has given you. Property rates are paid whether you earn rent income or not. Provided that your property is a rental property and not owner-occupied, you must pay property rates. They are paid once a year, and they are set by the municipal council, and once they are set, they run for 5 years. For example, currently, I think they finished valuation for Machindye and Nakawa for the new property rates. And then I know other districts. I know Gulu, I know Mbarara, Rubaga, I think is ongoing right now. And then Kawempe is coming later, I think in March or the following month. So property rates are paid to your municipal council. Property rates are deemed to be used to work on your roads, the potholes, to work on street lighting.
If you drove along Buziga Road, we do not have street light. Let's disagree to disagree. That is what our taxes are supposed to be doing, but they are not doing it. So don't even get there. Don't even get there, Wilbur.
It's my cry as well. I'm only saying what the taxes should be doing according to the law. After you've done property rates payable once a year, it's an annual payment, and it goes for 5 years. Once you're given a rating this year, you've agreed upon it, it will be effectual for the next 5 years. Then after 5 years, they will do a review like that. Now, we go to the third set of taxes, which is the rental income tax. This is dependent on the amount of rent income you've earned in a year. For an individual, it's now flat. According to the 2022 amendments, now, when you're an individual, Christabel, and you have a teen, when you have rental units, at the end of the year, you calculate all the rent income you've earned from January to December. You take off a threshold of 2,820,000. You subject the balance to 12% flat fee. They no longer allow individuals any expenses. At Credo, we help you handle your tax matters in a professional way. We make sure you keep proper records and books, and then do proper returns, and then when you must know when you're due to pay the relevant tax.
We need to sit down and see how to lower that percentage. If that percentage keeps being that type, home ownership is not going to be a reality in Uganda. I have a loan I am paying that has its percentage on it. Then I have all these other nitty-gritties. Honestly, what am I making from this investment then? Other than those taxes, there any other tax we have not looked at?
Capital gains tax and then all the others, but today I tried to talk about those that relate to a landlord.
Oh, to the landlord, yes.
Owns rental property.
Yes.
What they need to know about those taxes.
How can you be tax compliant?
Number one, you have to keep proper records of every transaction pertaining to your property. Number two, you must know what taxes are applicable to you. You need to know, it's your responsibility as a landlord, as a Ugandan, to get to know what taxes apply to you, because ignorance of the law is not defense.
Yes.
So you need to know the property risk. You need to go to your municipal council and ask. The first things first, you must have a TIN, because it's your identifier as a taxpayer in URA. So once you have that, go to URA. They have branches and offices. Speak to an expert there to guide you on how you should pay. Then you should know when your tax is due, and make sure that you don't fall over, because then you'll attract penalties and assessments on your account. So those are some of the things. But majorly, you need to hire credit. You need to hire professionals.
It was a pleasure having you in Set Will. But this tax conversation, we are supposed to have it again.
One last thing. Yes. To URA and the municipal councils, please engage the landlords more, engage the property managers. You need to come on ground and understand the headaches and rigors that landlords go through when we are cheated by tenants, when you have excessive expenses to do on the properties, and then they are disallowed at the time of making our returns.
I agree.
So I ask URA and the other stakeholders, please engage the landlords, please engage the property managers, please engage the developers to get to understand the real estate sector and how best it should be taxed. We want to pay the taxes. It needs to be doable on our side and on your end. Thank you so much.
And here we need to use the channels that are available to you to put this message out there. Not just going to approach and tell them you have taxes of this long that are pending. We're closing their properties and all without them knowing. Not everyone follows up on your social media pages. Not everyone is able to have the time to come to offices to ask, or not everyone has the knowledge that actually when you build, there's so much more that goes into it than just you being a landlord. So please use the channels available to you. The property show is here. Use us, utilize us. But other than that, Wilbur, it's a pleasure having you and say thank you so much.